Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin chart because in the last couple of days, of course, I've been doing my technical analysis, and based on some recent market trends, based on the way Bitcoin has been moving over the last couple of weeks, and based on some important technical indicators, I'm starting to believe that Bitcoin is probably about to break bearish below key support at $6,000. Now, I'm still kind of on the fence of this, but I am certainly starting to lean more towards the short-term bearish side. I'll be laying out why that's going to probably happen in today's video, but I'm also going to be explaining why that's not necessarily a bad thing, and why you guys should be happy if Bitcoin breaks below $6,000, as I most certainly am. So guys, we're going to be laying all of that out and more in today's video. So if you enjoyed today's video, definitely consider dropping a like, hitting that subscribe button, and also if you haven't already, click the link down below, sign up for Binance, go ahead and look around the website. If you don't like it, that's perfectly fine, but there's no harm in checking it out. But let's get right into the video. Bitcoin is currently trading around $6,100, and like I said, I'm expecting that is more than likely. I'm just a little bit over 50% calling this, that Bitcoin is more than likely going to break below $6,000 as it did in the last couple of days. I could very easily be wrong, and I'm not going to complain if I'm wrong, but I'm not necessarily going to say I'll be happy if I'm wrong. But I do think that it is a little bit more than likely. Bitcoin's daily volume is pretty low, as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, at around $3.3 billion. It's down about 1% over the last 24 hours. Not a huge deal there. Its market capitalization is still hovering in the 12 digits, just over $100 billion. That's definitely something to keep an eye out for. This is kind of a little soft level of resistance. 12 digits, $100 billion. That is a little bit of a psychological barrier, as it's close to a big even that is $6,000. That's definitely something to keep an eye out for. But let's go ahead and get onto the chart. Now, what am I talking about on this chart that is making me feel bearish about cryptocurrency, and why would Bitcoin breaking bearish actually excite me and actually make me happy? Why would I want that to happen? Am I just a masochist? What's going on here? I'm going to explain all that. The first thing that we have to talk about, be quiet, phone. The first thing that we have to talk about is why I believe that Bitcoin may be about to break bearish below this. Now guys, what we're looking at here is a very basic trading channel. This is a bearish trading channel. If you guys are not familiar with what a trading channel is, there's a link to a video that I made a couple days ago up here in the top right explaining exactly what a trading channel is and how you trade it. So go watch that if you're not familiar with that and come back to this video. But if you guys are familiar with trading channels, what Bitcoin has been in the last 6 weeks, ever since its all-time high, ever since its recent high of around $10,000, it's been in a trading channel. As we can see, a trading channel is defined by the downtrend. We have the downtrend right here, a pivot point, set point, and some confirmation down here, and the level of support has a pivot point here, set point, more confirmation, and even more confirmation recently when we bottomed out at around $5,700. Now, what is concerning me here is about threefold, but the first thing that is concerning me is that every time that we've come down here and hit this downtrend, or really we've only done it once recently, we actually got resistance at it. Right around here, it looked like we could have gotten support at it, but unfortunately we just didn't have any really movement right now. And the market, the overall actual sentiment in the market, that's the word I was looking for, hasn't really changed. In fact, it's only gotten worse ever since we jumped off a cliff here. So the market sentiment is what we really need to be driving us, and if we were going to actually break bullish out of this, we probably would have done it back here, to be honest. So what I'm expecting that we're probably going to see is that Bitcoin is going to continue trading sideways above support at $6,000, which is right there. Come over here and get resistance on this downtrend, and we're probably going to get forced back below $6,000 and come down here and get another level of confirmation on this downtrend of support down here. I think that's what's going to happen. Another reason I think that's going to happen is that in this downtrend during the month of May, we've had nothing but continued despair, and we've had nothing but breaks of important levels of support. The first one that we can remember, if you guys remember, there was a key level of support here. It was a downtrend that had a touch over here. We had a level of support here that we broke. That was an important one. That was a very long-term uptrend of support that we needed to stay above, but we didn't. We also had support here, and then we got support on it. We talked about that, and then we broke below that. We also had key support here at around $6,100, $6,000. We broke below that and set a new low below $6,000 for the first time in all of 2018. So guys, that alone is a very bearish sign. Now, that would sometimes indicate that we're going to have a reversal. I don't think that's the case here. And the other thing is something that I talked about in yesterday's video, which you can see up here, is that we've had 3 touches on 30 on the RSI, and we haven't had the rally that we would normally see following that on the day chart. As we can see here, we've had 3 touches on the RSI down here at 30, 1, 2, 3, and we haven't had a rally like we would normally expect. Back here, 30-touch rally, 30-touch rally, 30-touch rally. Even back here, 30-touch rally. Even way back here, 30 touch rally. Every time we see Bitcoin retrace to 30 on the RSI, we've seen a rally in the last year and a half, and we have not seen that happen in the last couple of days. So that's leading me to believe that Bitcoin is starting to break down some of its longer term trends. So I do think that Bitcoin is a little bit more than likely going to be breaking below $6,000. Now, why is that not a bad thing? And why would I actually be looking forward to that? Well, the first thing I should say is that I'm looking forward to it for only one reason. I'm not looking forward to it because one of the reasons I'm not looking forward to it is because I don't want people to leave cryptocurrency. Guys, because Bitcoin and crypto are going down, that's not a reason to leave cryptocurrency. In fact, quite the opposite. That's a reason to come into cryptocurrency. But the fact of the matter is, if Bitcoin continues retracing, people are going to continue to leave the space, and that's not something I want to see happen. So from that aspect, I don't want to see Bitcoin retrace. But from the pure aspect of making money, which is why most of you are here, don't try and lie to yourself. Most of you guys are here because you're interested in making money in the cryptocurrency market. I am too, don't get me wrong. Everybody is, no shame there. The fact of the matter is, if this does happen from a money-making standpoint, you should actually be happy. Because the first thing that we have to talk about, and you guys have heard this 100 times, but I'm going to say it 101st time, is that when Bitcoin is going down, you're getting a discount. Bitcoin is 70% off of the all-time high right now. $20,000 to $6,000, that's a 70% retracement. Bitcoin is 70% off. If you walked into TJ Maxx and bought something 70% off, you'd be thrilled. But right now, everybody's worried about Bitcoin going down because of 70% retrace from the all-time high. You're thinking backwards. You want to be buying down here. You don't want to be selling down here. If you're considering selling down here, you've lost your mind. Now is not the time to be selling. The time to be selling was back here in this $9,000 to $10,000 region. If you had have called this as resistance, that would have been the time to be selling. Right now is not the time to be selling. Right now is the time to be buying, and in fact, in the next couple of weeks, we may find even better times to be buying as Bitcoin continues retracing below $6,000, because this leads us into another important point, and that is that every single trader should have an investment portfolio. I don't care if you trade 50 times a day and you've 10x'd your money, even though this is your second month into cryptocurrency and your name is Kavik86 and you're in my Discord server, which you should join in the link in the description down below, even if you're that guy. Hi, I know he's watching. Then you should still have a long-term investment portfolio. You should definitely do that because, guys, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is such a new and such a young asset class. There have been plenty of studies done that have looked at different variables to come to the conclusion that where Bitcoin is right now is analogous to where the internet was in 1997. Everybody's heard that analogy. I don't think as many of you guys have heard the analogy of it being to where the internet was in 1997. There's actually some studies that have been done to actually, with a lot of variables based on the way the market's moving, etc., to put cryptocurrency and blockchain and the industry of blockchain where the internet was at around 1997. I don't know if you guys were alive in 1997. Some of you guys are younger. The internet was a very different place in 1997. The internet was an extremely different place in 1997. I believe Google was founded in 1998. It most certainly was not a household name at the time. YouTube was founded in 2005. What would that be? 8 years after. Facebook didn't exist yet. Twitter didn't exist yet. Instagram didn't exist yet. I don't think Netflix existed yet. Many of these multi-billion-dollar companies that if you had have invested in back then would have brought you 100 to 1,000x return by now. Many of these companies did not even exist yet for you to invest in. So guys, whether you're investing in Bitcoin, you're investing in an ICO that you think is promising, whether you're investing in one of these altcoins that already exists and is already well established and you think has a good future, now is the time to be investing for the long term into cryptocurrency, especially while the market is cooling off. Think about it. You don't want to be buying Bitcoin up here at $20,000. You want to be buying it at $6,000 because if Bitcoin goes to, let's pick an easy number, let's say $600,000, and you bought at $20,000, that's a 30x return. You buy it down here, it's a 100x return. That's a big difference. That is a very big difference. Do you want a 100x return or do you want a 30x return? Bitcoin could definitely go to $600,000. I laid out in a video, which you can watch in the top right, about how Bitcoin could go to $1 million in the next 10 to 20 years. It is very possible. There is still a lot of gains to be made in this market. So don't think just because Bitcoin is retracing for the last 7 or 8 months that the entire industry is going to go under. That's what people thought back here when Bitcoin was retracing from $1,200 down here to $200. There were a lot of people that were selling down here. And I bet they wish they hadn't. The people that are selling down here don't need to hear this message. The people that need to hear the message that I'm saying right now are the people that got into cryptocurrency in the last year and a half, 2 years, when Bitcoin was going up and up and up and up and up. Everybody was popping champagne corks and buying Lamborghinis up here at the top because that was what we thought was going to continue on forever. At least some people did. I didn't, and a lot of people, they were that knew how the market worked didn't think this could continue forever, as it couldn't. Bitcoin had to have a retracement, and you guys should be happy. If Bitcoin were to retrace as much in this pullback as it did in the original one, we would see about an 80 to 85% retracement. That would put Bitcoin around the $35 to $3,000 region, $3,000 to $3,500 region. If you buy in there, I said be quiet, then you will see a much bigger return when Bitcoin does actually continue on a run. And we actually do see some of these altcoins continue on a run, because you also want to be diversified. Bitcoin is probably not forever going to stay the top dog. Many other cryptocurrencies and many other blockchains have much better technology. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. There is good reason to want Bitcoin and crypto to continue retracing and to continue to see improved discounts. This is at least my mindset. If you guys have a different mindset, feel free to tell me in the comments down below. I read every single comment, and if you're not being a jerk, because some of you guys like to be mean, probably those people don't watch the video more than once, so they might not see this video. But if you leave a nice comment, I'll definitely be sure to respond to it, and definitely be sure to have a nice conversation with you. You can also have a conversation with me or any of the amazing people in our Discord server by hitting the link in the description down below to come join. Another link you should hit is the one to sign up for Binance, because guys, Binance is a phenomenal cryptocurrency exchange. If you haven't already, I highly recommend it. Go ahead and sign up for Binance. It takes you 2 minutes to sign up and check out the website, see if you like it. So go ahead, sign up for it. Even if you don't use it, it may be better than the one you're using right now. Go ahead and find out with the link down there. You'll also be helping to support the channel through your trading fees if you sign up under that link. So do that. That helps out the channel. You'll be getting access to an amazing cryptocurrency exchange as well. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.